humans are on the top of the food chain, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, they're not.
What?
They're absolutely not.
Dude, I haven't been eaten by any animals. But you know what I have done?
What have you done?
Eaten a shitload of animals.
So,
I've eaten a goddamn shark.
have you?
Hell yeah.
Oh, you
I mean, not the whole thing. It's really big.
evil bastard.
But, dude, it's a shark.
I like sharks.
Okay. I ate alligator as well. I'm just trying to think of predators I've eaten.
Yeah, I've had alligator jerky.
Ooh, that sounds kind of good. I like jerky.
No, very nice actually. So basically, they use something called trophic. What is it? Trophic levels. Sorry. Hang on. Yeah,
Wait, what? Humans food chain.
So humans food chain. So
I'm lost after a minute. Sorry.
Ecologists rank species by their diets using a metric called trophic level.
Yeah.
So plants which produce their own food are given a rank of 1. Herbivores which only eat plants are ranked 2. And the fiercest of meat-loving predators, such as killer whales, rank at 5.5.
Okay.
Where do you reckon humans come in?
I don't know what a trophic level is.
So it's the amount of meat that you eat, like of living animal that you eat. So plants which produce their own food are 1.
Okay, cool.
And then killer whale, which eats a whole ton of krill, is 5.5. So where do you think we?
Why does the scale end at 5.5? That's weird.
I'm not sure if
I'm going to
ends
say
there, but
4.
You'd be wrong.
Higher or lower?
Lower, much lower.
2?
So we're about 2.5 on average. So it depends, obviously.
It's all those vegans screwing it up for the rest of us.
Here's a.
I'm a 5.3. Personally,
just eat steak with a side of steak.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
hell yeah.
then your powder that you like.
It's why I'm so manly.
All right, so this is quite interesting. This is this map of the world with the trophic level based on where the people are.
Yeah.
So for obvious reasons, places like Africa and China
are lower because it's
very
expensive.
Low. It's expensive. Meat's expensive, but they typically eat grain, they eat rice, they eat those sorts of things. Like in China, a lot of rice. Then, actually, slightly surprisingly, Mongolia.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. That's dark purple.
Very dark purple. Much darker than the US, for example.
What are they eating in Mongolia?
Horse.
No.
I believe they eat a lot of horse.
I've eaten horse. I like horse. It's just...
No.
So, well, no, I mean, like, only because you think of, like, the Mongol hordes and, like, Genghis Khan riding on horses and their passion for horses, and then they ate them all.
I'm pretty sure they eat a lot of horse in Mongolia. I'm just trying to look see if they...
Dude, I totally believe you.
I've said that, and I'm pretty sure. It might be because I kind of linked them with horses.
That could be. That could be.
But like, for example, Finland eats a lot of meat. They eat a lot of fish, a lot of horse, a lot of these sort of
they eat horse.
meat. Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of the in Iceland, for example, eat pony. And
I kind of feel like those northern countries, they need more fat and meats, and I'm sure that's not true.
Exactly.
But
and so
maybe historically they did. So their cuisine is based around fatty foods.
Exactly. And in these places where they eat a lot of meat, typically veggies are like an extra. They're not part of the meal. Whereas in a lot of the lower trophic level areas, they eat more veg, and meat is a special
Dude,
thing.
that's super interesting. Thinking about it now, like Sri Lanka and India countries, and Asia countries I've been to, the meat is almost, it's like more equally weighted, rather than like, I think, okay, what am I having for dinner? What is the meat? What is the vegetable? Or like, what is the meat and what is the side? Whereas it's not 2 equal portions.
Exactly. Do you do the same as me, where you go, right, I've got a meat, 2 veg, and potatoes or something like that. So you've got like a starch, a veg, and a...
So I guess maybe meat. Less complicated. I'll just do like a meat and a side, like a rice or a beans, and then, or potatoes, and then like salad or vegetable.
That's exactly what I just described.
Well, no, because you said 2 sides.
No, so I'll do like meat, potatoes, or rice, or some kind of starch, and then some veg, like so broccoli.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Peas or something.
Okay, no, we're doing exactly the same thing. Sorry, I misunderstood you.
Because I know, for example, my wife, she'll cook something and she will just completely cut out the veg part.
Well, yeah, she's Czech.
She's Czech. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what
true.
do you
So I'll be like, oh, it's
Their
missing.
trophic levels are like 9.
Well, yes.
Can you zoom in on Europe? Europe's so small in that map.
I'm trying to.
What?
They're
Czech
actually
is
not.
less
It's
than Germany
less-
and the UK?
Less than the UK.
That's impossible. I've never seen a country that eats so much meat.
Yeah, they eat a lot of meat here. Like I
I
regularly
discount
see
this.
people
This is a lie.
three times a day eat meat here. I think a lot of people. That's like they'll have.
Dude, yeah. They
They'll
will
have
have
like
it,
a-
like hams for breakfast,
Yep,
big lunch, and then there'll be hams for dinner.
exactly. I just thought this was really interesting because we typically think of humans being at the top of the food chain, and it just goes to show we're
Dude,
actually
I don't
nowhere.
think that's the food chain, though.
We're nowhere near the top of the food chain. Well, but it is in terms of how much food is actually eaten.
No, food chain is like about predation,
No, it's not.
isn't it?
No.
Dude,
That's
I think the food chain is like...
I've just read.
Hang on.
Because it's the food chain is based on trophic levels. It's not based. The food chain is not based on who eats what.
I think if we asked the audience, I think if I said, what's the food chain? Is it about the amount of meat you eat, or is it about your place in the predatory hierarchy? I think people would say it's about your place in the predatory hierarchy.
Ecologists, we call you forward.
No, I'm not asking for ecologists. I'm asking for the man on the street, the everyman, the man like me.
But that's kind of the point. Is the actual definition?
I get your point.
The definition, the layman's definition.
No, the technical definition is different. The layman would say we're top of the food chain, like a lion is.
But is the lion top of the food chain if we're top of the food chain?
No, we're top of the food chain, but like the lion is... Oh, sorry, the lion is up there, or it's like the top of its food chain. We just don't eat lion, but we could.
True. Fun fact, do you notice that you almost never eat the organs of meat-eating animals?
We don't really eat meat-eating animals at all.
Not true. Like
Tell me
birds and things like that. Yeah, we do.
We eat chicken.
Crocodile. Chicken will eat meat.
Yeah, okay, but let's
Chicken's
talk about
omnivores.
Let's talk about regular meats that we eat.
Monkey. Like, I don't eat it, but people do eat monkey.
Monkeys don't eat meat.
They're
I guess they would eat
omnivorous,
everything.
you
Yeah,
know, so they're
I don't think we eat eating animals generally.
not generally, but because they're harder to get. There's less of them.
No, I think it's because it's much more expensive. Because the amount of energy, like the reason dog is an expensive meat is because dogs eat meat. So it's like a cow. I don't know the exact figures, but a cow eats grass, right? And let's say you've got a ton of grass, and in that ton of grass, there's X amount of energy. By the time that energy has been converted into cow meat, you've lost like 99% of it. So You've taken a ton of grass and you've made like 100 grams of beef. And then if a dog then eats that, then you're losing another ton of energy to get that dog meat. Mm-hmm. So the amount of energy, and also we like dogs, but also the amount of energy that is lost in getting that final meat-eating animal's meat is huge. So generally we just skip that animal and we eat the ones that just eat vegetables.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But I do agree we don't eat their organs.
We don't eat the organs. Like, so the ones that we do eat, we don't eat their organs. And I believe it's to do with a high toxicity. I think they've got very high chemical levels in their organs.
I think I did another podcast or a video about eating wolf. Like, why don't we eat wolf? That'd be interesting.
Not many wolves
Apparently
left.
it tastes terrible.
Really?
Because they eat rotting flesh.
Oh.
And apparently then, like, I found some article about some guy who was super hungry or whatever, and he was like, the only thing I had to eat was wolf, and it tasted disgusting because it was rotting.
Did you hear about that guy that got arrested because he was stuck on a boat with that dude, and the guy died from eating bad fish, and he ate him, and then they arrested him going, "You ate the guy." He was like, "But he was dead, and I was floating in the ocean."
Yeah, I think that's okay. Dude, you've been through enough.